everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of the MaryGoRound Podcast. I'm Mary Brasha, and I'm your host. This podcast is powered by Selkirk Sport. We are Pickleball. There is still a lot of crazy stuff happening in the pickleball world, but I am going to push that aside and talk about my firm belief that pickleball truly changes lives for the better. And today's guest found pickleball during a time in his life when he really needed it. Today's guest is a former professional football player. He was a first-round draft pick in the NFL and a Super Bowl champion. Now he has made his way to the pickleball court, and he was actually my first mixed partner ever, and we got a bronze medal. Today's guest is Shea McClellin.
What's up?
Hello, Shea. How are you doing?
How are you?
Good. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long.
Been forever.
It has been forever. Where are you calling from this morning?
Not Boise, Nampa, Idaho.
Oh, nice. Okay. Wow. Is there a lot of good pickleball up there these days?
Man, I've been struggling to play, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, it's decent. Obviously there's not a bunch of pros like I was playing with you guys out there in SoCal, but Susanna Barr's out here and her son.
Nice.
But they're like 35 minutes away, so it's tough for me to get to play with them.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Have you played against Porter's spin serve?
I think when he first started doing it, yeah. But since he got really good at it, no, I haven't, and I don't want to because there's no way I'm returning that.
Spin serves are definitely tough to return. We are glad they are not allowed in tournaments anymore.
I know.
So is that what you miss most about the Orange County pickleball scene, is like the people, or what do you miss most about it?
Well, obviously the weather. We could play pickleball every day. The people and just getting to play high level competition at all times. I could go anywhere around OC, and there's 4.5s, 5.0s, all the I wasn't that good, but getting able to play with them, and that's probably the one thing for sure.
Yeah.
It's pretty windy down here too, so it's tough to play outdoors a lot, and depending on the day. But and I don't want to play indoors. I ain't playing on no gym, so yeah.
You definitely prefer outdoor pickleball, it sounds like. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely the people and just the competition. It was great.
Wow. Well, I have to tell the viewers about how you were my first mixed partner ever, Shea.
Yeah.
Like, we played that tournament together in Anaheim and got bronze, I believe. And do you want to talk about that tournament at all, or the memories?
Well, we can talk about how you carried me through the tournament. That's what it was.
Definitely not. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's when you first started playing. At that point, how long were you playing? Like just a month or two?
I had been playing for a couple months, but I remember I was so honored that you asked me to play this tournament. I had no idea what pickleball tournaments were like, and I remember going and being a little intimidated, but you were such a great partner and so encouraging, and we were competitive.
It was a lot of fun, and my goal going in was just not to be a bad weak link. You know what I mean? Because I knew, I was like, once they figure out that you're better than me, they're just gonna keep doing that to me the whole time. So I was like, all right, just let's return some stuff, let's get in and play a little bit. And I think when we started playing better competition in that tournament, I started popping stuff up, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is so bad, but it was so much fun. I enjoyed playing, being your first mixed partner. It was a lot of fun, and we medaled, so it wasn't all for naught, but it was a lot of fun. And I remember you carrying me for sure.
No.
Yeah, at that point I think I've been already playing for close to a year.
Wow.
And barely playing 4.0, and you're just a month in and already just killing it. And I was like, oh man, But it was a lot of fun, and I appreciate you carrying me too through that.
Well, that is too nice of you to say. Definitely not true. Team effort. It was just so interesting to experience
Yeah,
what pickleball tournaments were like because I feel like they're different than a lot of other sports. They're friendly environment. There's just a big community and it's just really awesome. So it was cool to do that. And have you been working on some things in your game? Like, what are you trying to improve on right now?
I don't have Dan Roditi out here anymore to teach me, so I've been struggling. He was my coach. Plus, you
Yeah.
and Maggie too. We were always playing or practicing with each other until you got really good, and then you just played with the pros then. But
No.
we'll just get some fun games after that. I would be like yeah, I'll give them a pity game. Just give them a little pity and take it easy on them. But no, I've been struggling to play, and like I said, it's just tough to get that high level competition consistently out here.
Yeah.
There's way less people overall in Orange County, and but there is a few connections that I've made that we try to get together. I honestly have not played for a while though.
Yeah.
Coach football's tough. Once we get into like June-ish, I'm just busy. And so my only time to really play is like from November till June. And then November to like April here is just terrible. So you got to play indoors. It's not Cali where I could play year
Uh,
round, so it's tough. I miss it though. But yeah, it's just tough to find that high level competition. And I'm probably not even close to where I was at where I was getting to when I was in California. But still, I look to play when I can. Working on anything? No, not really. I'm just working to not pop it up. That's the main thing.
so just gaining the consistency and working on the dinks, all that kind of stuff. Okay, okay.
The
Sounds
touch,
good.
working on that touch. That's it.
Yes. Touch
Being a
and
big guy,
pickleball is very important.
you just being a big guy, you just want to smash it. So the touch and the consistency there. So yeah,
You definitely have good power, which is an
yeah,
advantage. You can put the ball away and that can
correct.
definitely intimidate the opponents. But
Yeah, I credit that to the paddle though, the Selkirk paddle, man. That ain't on me. They got that power going in that. So that's all paddle. I don't even know what I'm doing. I just hit it. So
Selkirk definitely makes the best paddles. Look
yeah.
at some of them behind me. I'm using that one, the 006.
Oh, nice. I've not
Have
tried
you
that.
tried that one yet?
I
Oh,
wanted to. I tried the other one behind you, and
the
it's good.
zero zero two.
Yeah, yeah. I do like the ones that have the edge on the because with the other one it kept dinging off the side. I'm like, I can't. I'm not good enough to, obviously I'm not that high level, so I'm not good enough to just get it in the sweet spot every time. So I need some give. You know what I mean? I need a huge sweet spot.
Honestly, yeah, this having the sweet spot on the paddle is very important for control, but you're not giving yourself enough credit. You're an amazing player, but I definitely wanted to jump into a little of balancing because I know you're coaching a lot of football, right? Right
Yeah,
now. And
coach
I
high
think
school.
we're approaching opening weekend, football starting,
Yep.
what was that experience like for you to play, back in college football and then of course into
Yeah.
the NFL, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the memories from that and what it was like.
Oh man, honestly, NFL was great, but college was like the best time, football wise, of my life. Just I would consider all my teammates there just family. It's more of a family where when you get into the NFL, it's more business. And it's hard to make friends in the NFL because you don't know, week to week they could be gone. So it
Yeah.
was really tough to make friends. In college, those guys are stuck around for the most part. They're stuck around for 4 years, so you're around them, you're building that chemistry, that camaraderie, and they really become family members. And I still talk to a lot of them to this day. And plus, we happen to be really good. We lost 3 games in 4 years, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
And when you get to the NFL, like I said, it's just it's hard to build connections. People have families, they go home to. You're not hanging out with your boys as much. They have wives, they have families, and it's really just a business. Don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun. I don't know, it's like to this day, it's still like I'll watch football, NFL, and it still feels weird that I even played in the NFL. It honestly does. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I'm like, I actually did that. But to me, I'm just another guy. You know what I mean? I'm just a regular person. I just want to be a regular person. I don't want to be put on a pedestal or anything. I just want to go out there and just have fun and play pickleball with some randoms. So that's it. But I enjoyed my time definitely in college and NFL. It was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of great experiences, and playing in the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, that was that's the top of the top there as
Yeah.
far as football goes. So I wouldn't trade it for anything, but I'm honestly glad it's over now. I'm glad to be moved on to the next season of my life for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing how life just changes so quickly. And one minute you, like you said, you were playing college football,
Yeah.
and then you're a first round draft pick in the NFL. I mean, I'm sure that feeling was pretty cool. Like, and winning the Super Bowl. I mean, there's just so many accomplishments, and you're so humble. So,
I try
oh
to
my
be.
gosh, so humble. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how pickleball has really impacted your life because, I read something about how pickleball really took you out of like a dark place and
Yeah.
was life changing for you. And what is it about pickleball that is so special?
Well, yeah, like after I got done playing, I was just, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And then I fell into severe anxiety and depression. It led to depression. And I just I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Before I got to the NFL and when I was in the NFL, I had a plan. My plan was to be a firefighter after. But once I got done, I was like, I don't really want to do that. Go from one dangerous job to another. I have a family now. Like, I really don't want to do that. But I had it set up. I had connections. I was ready to go. But then I decided, I was like, no, I don't. And then um, I didn't have a plan after that. So I was kind of just stuck in limbo there for a little bit, and that's why we initially moved back to Idaho for a little bit, and I don't know, I was just in a dark place. So we moved to California just because palm trees and sunshine, like that's what I needed. You know what I mean? I needed that vitamin D. So we got out there, and it was around my birthday, in like 2018, maybe I think 2018 or 2019. Around my birthday, my wife was like, "Hey, I got a surprise for you. I'm gonna take you somewhere." I was like, "Okay." And she took me to these pickleball courts down in Laguna Niguel,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Because we had like a pickleball class in school when I was in high school, and me and my buddy like ran it, like we were the top dogs, and we beat these teachers that I haven't lost in like 20 years. So it just brought back great memories. I was like, yes. And for me, I think I really just needed something competitive to do. I was missing that competitiveness of the NFL. So to get out there and to play pickleball, and when I first started playing, I forgot how to play. You know what I mean? Like in high school, we played with wooden paddles and these weird pickleball, like what they did when they first started playing. So it was, I got a better paddle, I think from Costco or something, and we started playing, and I was just getting crushed by like 80-year-olds. It was so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, do I want to do this? I'm out here getting crushed by 70, 80-year-olds. Like, there's no way I'm a better athlete than this. So since that day, I was like, nah, I got to get better. And so I kept going and playing and learning from the people there. And then eventually I met Dan, because he played there once, like he would just play for
Yeah.
fun, and he was like, he does lessons. I was like, look, I got to get lessons from you, bro. Like, you got to help me out. And so he helped me out with that, and then eventually, we had lessons like 2 3 times a week, and I would play once a day or twice a day even sometimes. And just to get that competitiveness back, I think that really turned my mental around. Is just how nice everyone was in the pickleball world. Like, they're so welcoming. And it's just all about fun. You know what I mean? Fun and competition. And that's something I was lacking. So it brought me out of that dark place I was in. And for me to be able to play every day, I could forget about, um, it took me out of that, and it made me forget about what I was thinking of. So it really led me out of that place, and I'm appreciative that my wife took me to go play, and that I was able, such a weird name sport, was able to take me out of a dark place for sure.
Yes. Wow. That is truly inspiring. And I just feel like that's what pickleball could do. It brings so much joy. There's just something about it where like it brings that competitive spirit, but then also people are so inclusive and welcoming, and it just brings out a lot of good. And that's why I always tell
Yeah,
everyone to play pickleball. It's just the best sport ever. And I think
sure.
it really provides that love of the game for you. Like
Yeah,
it's like you're kind of touching on how when you play something professionally at a high level, it becomes more business like, and you're working,
yeah,
doing
nonstop.
all that. So I think that's cool that pickleball provides that balance of both for you too. I mean, I know you still love football too, but it's just interesting how that works.
Sure, for sure. And to get the different levels of competition, and to play, you're always playing someone different, and just to meet new people and make connections, and then eventually, you start playing with them and practicing against them. You know what I mean? Like, I've made so many connections, especially when I was in California, so many connections of just great people. Beginning with you, obviously, my first mixed partner, so that was great. And we still chat here and there, but I'm always watching you on TV now in the pros, and I'm like, yeah, I helped her get there, but not really. But it's awesome to see for sure.
Oh, thank you. Well, we need you to visit California again soon and come play with us. I mean, is your family playing a lot of pickleball? Is your wife your future mixed partner on the court? Are
Yeah.
you going to play a
Oh, no.
tournament?
We played in a couple tournaments together, and we're like,
Okay.
she's like, no, you got to find somebody else, like, because I get so competitive. I'm like, come on, like, I'm trying to win, let's go.
Yeah.
uh Especially in a tournament, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not much here for fun. I'm like trying to win, because I just
Yeah.
feel so competitive, and she's not really like that. She's not like super competitive, so she just wants to go out there and have fun. I'm trying to win, so she's like, nah, we can't be mixed partners no more. But uh she's I mean, she's pregnant again, so we're having our fifth kid now. Finally a girl, and so she hasn't been able to play because she's been pregnant, but this is gonna be it. And so hopefully after this, we'll start really getting into it. And I don't know, maybe I can chill out a little bit in tournaments, and we can play together. But if not, I'm gonna have to find someone else for sure.
Oh, well, congrats on
Thanks.
the baby. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. That's going to be amazing.
We have a lot for sure. A Brady Bunch out here.
Love it. Love it. Love how much you love your family. And it's just so exciting for you. And I really appreciate you coming on the podcast to share your experience in pickleball. And before we hop off, what's next for you? Obviously that news is big news, but what other things besides, coaching and when you get to play pickleball, what other interests do you have right now?
Honestly, not much. I'm coaching hard right now. We're in the middle, not, yeah, I guess the middle of the season. I mean, we're week 2 right now. We got a game tonight. So we got to travel a little bit, but that, and just helping my kids, watching them grow up. They're really digging into sports now. So, and my oldest wants to be my partner someday. So he's 8, so he's got a few more years, but we got to teach him up, and then maybe we can play doubles together. Um, but they're hard into sports right now, so just being there for them and helping them and teaching them. And so pretty much I'm just a coach, I'm a dad, and that's it. Do some pickleball on the side, and also I do like some sports photography too. So I've been
Oh,
getting into that, and Boise State, obviously I have a lot of connections there, so I can kind of go there and take pictures whenever. So that's a lot of fun.
yeah.
Uh, so I've been kind of getting into that, and it's more of a hobby, but it's a lot of fun. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Shay, for telling us about your pickleball journey, and I can't wait till we get to reunite and play some more. It'll be fun.
Be fun. When I get down there, I'll definitely hit you guys up and we'll get some games.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you can hurt my confidence a little bit for sure.
Definitely not. We're all about the uplifting. You, you're such a good player and human too, so that's what makes it even better. And just appreciate your friendship. And thanks again for coming. Thanks to everyone who tuned in to the MaryGoRound podcast. We will see you next time.
Peace.